Hello everyone, welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. And today we are looking at Harry and Meghan's attempts, what seems to be their attempts to stake their claims to their titles, possibly signs of a bit of a panic going on in Montecito. I have the Radiant Tarot on the tarot table today for the readings I'm doing. It's a very regal tarot. It's a very royal family tarot. I got it when the late Queen was celebrating her Platinum Jubilee, and I use it very seldom, but I feel called to use it today, discussing Harry and Meghan, and as I say, what looks like some quite panicked attempts to keep themselves as Prince and Duke and Duchess. So the first reading, I'm going to be looking at two little bits of gossip, and the first is that, well, not gossip, the first is proven. Meghan Markle has changed her credits on IMDb from Meghan Markle to Duchess of Sussex. And if you don't know what IMDb is, it's a database for film, television, whatever productions. All the credits are there, cast, crew, whatever and whatever. It's a very comprehensive database. She puts her own ridiculous appearances in, I'm being snarky now, but packed by that Larson character, trick-or-treating self. She would put down her credit, Duchess of Sussex. That's, I'm being, as I say, I'm being silly now, but it's not quite, it's not very far from that level of silly. So that's what Meghan has done, and of course those internet sleuths were on it straight away, and they picked it up and they have reported back to people who are watching the Sussexes. And the second bit is a bit of gossip, and that is that allegedly Harry has lawyered up again. This time, so the story goes, he has hired an American lawyer, possibly because he is expecting some legal trouble in the United States. Speculation only, of course, but also this lawyer, part of his job is to help Harry protect his titles as Prince, of course, and as Duke of Sussex. Don't know what quite an American lawyer would be able to do, but Harry obviously is gearing up for a legal fight. And very interestingly, I did a reading on Harry some years ago. It was a look at him at the age of 50, and he's hurtling towards 50, of course. And I saw that his main preoccupation at 50 was going to be litigation. And for the life of me, I couldn't think what that litigation might be. Perhaps it's to do with titles. So we're going to have a look. Harry on the left, Meghan on the right. We're going to see how panicked they are right now about the title situation, given what's gone on with Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. And then we're going to ask about Harry and the lawyer on the one hand, and Meghan and the IMDb changes on the other. We're going to ask how keen they each are to fight for their titles, how ready they are to fight, how hard they will fight, and how successful they will be. So that's what we're looking at today. There does seem to be stirrings and consternation over in Montecito, as far as I can tell. Also a great deal of unhappiness from what we're seeing, the trick-or-treating, the Dodgers game, all of that stuff. We'll look at that again in the next few days. So, of course, tarot, fun and entertainment, all my opinion, all speculation, and just read energy here, and disclaimer in the box below. Harry on the left, Meghan on the right. We're looking at titles and what they might be doing to try and stake their claims, so to speak. Outcome card for Harry, outcome card for Meghan, and underlying energy in between. Temperance. Temperance is about balance and harmony and healing, and coming across as angelic quite literally. That's your underlying energy. This is trying to keep a situation from, I would say, going out of control. Keep a situation from becoming incredibly toxic, so that it's trying to almost maintain the equilibrium. That's not necessarily what the Temperance card really means, but it's coming across that way for me now, as trying to stay looking angelic, looking virtuous, looking above the fray. Meanwhile, preparing for the scrapping down below. It's coming across quite strange for me. I'm putting the angelic appearance on, but really down below, all hell is about to break loose. That's how that Temperance card is reading for me. It's waiting energy as well. It's about patience. It's about moderation. It's about not overreacting to something. I think they're giving the image of that currently, but beneath the surface, my personal opinion, that's just how the energy is reading for me. There's a hell of a lot going on. So let's dig down beneath that Temperance card and see what's going on. Heart of this reading. Heart of this reading is the Sun, and the Sun is about attention and the limelight and glory, and it's very royal, basking in that energy, that royal energy, but it's also spotlight on, it's kind of illumination energy. So it's really, the light is now being shone on them, whether they like it or not, and normally both of them really thrive on attention, provided it's the kind of attention that their egos enjoy. This has got a little bit of a twist in the energy for me, that Sun card, because it's royal, because it's about titles and position and prominence and all of the kind of stuff that brings them joy when it's working their own way, but can go horribly wrong. I just get the sense of scrambling to stay in the limelight, scrambling to stay in that position. There's a ladder rising up to the Sun, Icarus kind of energy in this rendition of the Sun in this Radiant Tarot. Very much flying too close to the Sun energy that's coming through. Interestingly, because we all know what happened to Icarus. So Harry on the left, how worried is he? We keep asking this question, how worried is he? And we might have to do some light scooching. Got the Knight of Cups. I would say that Knight of Cups card means that he's trying to sweet talk. He's trying to ingratiate himself with Pa. We've seen it recently. Oh, he's all for the Andrew thing. He's in direct contact with Pa constantly and checking in and expressing his support for Pa and what Pa has done to Andrew. Is coming across like that. So it's not panic. It's doing. The Knights are doing cards. Energy, action. So the action and Harry's corner is, I support you, I'm loyal to you, I completely agree with whatever you're doing. Remember what I said though, that they're giving the appearance of doing this, whereas behind the scenes possibly not, and that's my energy reading. We'll check that in the next layer of cards. Meghan, how worried is she? Five of Cups. Yeah, she's the one who's in a much bigger panic. And that comes through consistently for me. I think Harry honestly believes that he is above the law. He is above a retribution. He is above punishment by the royal family because he's got that same level of entitlement that Andrew Mountbatten Windsor also had/has. But she's worried. She's upset. She's looking at stuff, I would say, looking at the past and looking at it with some degree of regret for how things were handled. Definitely upset. Let's leave it like that, that Five of Cups. Moving on Harry's side, his response allegedly is to lawyer up yet again. Tell us about that. We just would like to know any truth to that. What's going on there? Do we get signs of lawyers? I've got the Queen of Swords in reverse. Now that's a very interesting card. So interesting. Queen of Swords is very loyally. Very. And my immediate hit with that Queen of Swords in reverse is divorce lawyer. And there is a famous female divorce lawyer in the United States. For the life of me, can't think of her name. There's also a very famous female divorce lawyer in the UK, just by the way. Not sure about the American angle with the lawyer, but it's coming across to me as female lawyer. And I'm trying to think of a polite word. I can only think of rude ones. for her energy. I'm going to say the rude one, ball breaker. That's what's coming through with that Queen of Swords in reverse. This is somebody who's scary. And so I do think that a lawyer might have been consulted, might have been engaged by Harry. The energy is certainly stacking up that way for me as an energy reader. But the main thrust of this energy for me is in a divorce context. That kind of thing. It could be other things as well to do with women, let's just say, and leave it there. See yesterday's readings. But that for me is the dominant energy. And perhaps this person has been hired just to keep an eye on the other story as well. But I think his primary response right now, because of this Temperance card and this Knight of Cups, is to try and manipulate Pa. I'm your favorite son and all of that stuff. Meghan and the IMDb credits that suddenly got changed very recently, because people have been watching it and they've got proof that these changes to Duchess of Sussex are very recent. Let's say allegedly, just for the sake of, we got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. That is losing something. Page of Pentacles in reverse. It's contracts, deals, those kinds of things. And I would say grave concern about losing the Netflix contract, losing other potential contracts, deals. Somebody made a list on one of the platforms that discusses the royals, and particularly Harry and Meghan. Meghan's 2025 and the things that she's lost, like the Limonada podcast deal, Netflix, all the rest of it. It went on and on and on. They're not renewing with Love Meghan. Nobody's buying the As Ever products. Her mulled water, that shocking display. I don't know if you've had the misfortune to see that latest reel on Instagram where she stuck those spices in boiling water and she left out the cider or the whatever else, wine, whatever else you would normally put those spices in. Oh dear. Page of Pentacles in reverse, worried about losing contracts, losing opportunities, losing money, losing deals. The title goes, she's done, she's toast. It's not terrible energy, but it's coming through as kind of a preventative measure. That people are reminded that she's Duchess of Sussex and that she's going to cling on to till her dying day on IMDb, and also with Princess Lilibet, as we're going to see in the next reading today. Another little bit of a title fight going on over there with the girl child, not the boy child, interestingly. So let's move on to how hard is Harry going to fight for his titles. I've got the King of Wands in reverse. Very angry, and he's going to draw a lot of attention to it. It's a chessboard there, so he's going to be quite theatrical about it, but also quite strategic about it. The King of Wands normally is more theatrical than strategic. He might lose his cool about it and might come across as over aggressive at some point and overplay his hand. That's just coming through, but he's going to fight. King energy, it's dominant energy, it's leader energy, decisive energy, whichever king we're talking about. This king in reverse, very, very dramatic, very difficult, very bad-tempered, hot-headed, and might not be a popular choice. People might look at it and think, don't like the way you're behaving over this. That's what's coming through. It's coming through in quite a negative way, which kings in reverse generally do. So I think he's going to go all out. All his options are on the table there, on the chessboard, sorry, what nonsense I'm speaking. Chessboard, there we go. Not the tarot table, the chessboard. And what about Meghan? How hard is she going to fight? How dirty is she going to fight for her title, Duchess of Sussex? Six of Wands. Oh, she has to win this. That's the card of victory, triumph, ego, narcissism, even in the right circumstances. And I would say these are the right circumstances for a good smattering of narcissism with the Six of Wands. This is incredibly important. She has to win this. So let's ask, of course, the telling question: how's it going to go for each of them? Are they going to win? Is Harry going to get his way? Is Meghan going to get his way? What's going to happen to Harry? I've got the Chariot, and it reads the same way it read for me yesterday. That's William's energy, Cancerian energy. It's not reading as Harry being victorious. It's reading as Prince William, the Chariot, the Cancerian, riding right over him, running him down. I cannot read it in any other way. That's just the way the energy is coming through. It's coming through very forcefully. So Harry can play this game with Pa, with the Knight of Cups and the Temperance card and all of that. He can hire his lawyer, which I believe he has done, my personal opinion. Queen of Swords in reverse, although I think that Queen of Swords is for another reason, another primary reason, and the keep an eye on the titles thing is secondary, I would say. With that Queen of Swords in reverse, he's gonna get a little bit egotistical, he's going to become hugely egotistical and difficult about it and have tantrums. But I believe, my personal opinion is that Prince William is going to win this one and is just going to mow him down, basically. What about Meghan? Is she going to win this? What's going to happen to her Seven of Pentacles? A loss, because the card is in reverse. She's going to lose everything that she thought she would gain. 7 years, how many times does the Seven of Pentacles show up in these readings? They're in their 7th year of bad luck in their marriage. And my opinion, of course, and card is in reverse. She thought she was going to be a billionaire. She thought she was going to be the queen of all the world. Certainly the Commonwealth, certainly the United States by now would have a king and a queen. And no, not Donald Trump. This has gone completely wrong. And she's going to walk away with empty hands. She can call herself what she likes on IMDb. She can call herself the queen of the universe, and nobody cares, because that's not who she is. And nobody's going to fall for it. So there you go. That's the reading. And thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.